You want to hear something crazy? You're actually not waiting on anyone else to make you feel special or validated or good about yourself or valuable in any form of way. You're just waiting on yourself. And you sure as hell are not waiting on anyone else to give you permission to start living your life. You're just waiting on yourself. And we carry around this idea that once people find me beautiful, then I'll be beautiful. Once people validate me, then I'll be valid. Once people give me permission to live my life, then I can live my life. And we spend our entire lives waiting and seeking for their approval, when in reality, the entire time you never needed it. The only approval that you needed was your own. Because it doesn't matter how many people are going to find you beautiful if you don't find yourself beautiful. It doesn't matter how many people validate you if you can't validate yourself. It doesn't matter how many people find you special if you don't find yourself special. And if you never feel this way about yourself, it doesn't matter how many other people give it to you, you're never going to feel that way. And the biggest mistake that we make is waiting around for these other people to give us permission to feel good about ourselves. Because as a society, we've been taught that we have to wait for someone else to complete us. We have to wait for someone else to see the beauty in us before we can see it within ourselves. The thing is, they never told you that you didn't need anybody else's approval first before you approved of yourself. And if we're always waiting for other people to give us the green light in our lives, we're never going to get anywhere for ourselves. Because their validation and their approval is not going to get you anywhere if you don't have that within yourself. And so you just have to take the opinions of other people off of this pedestal and put your own opinions up there about yourself. And so we have to correct the mistake of waiting around for someone else to make our lives complete, to make our lives meaningful, to tell us that we are beautiful. Because we are already all those things by ourselves, and we just have to be the ones to see it for ourselves. And really, the only permission that you need to start living your life and to feeling good about yourself and to start loving yourself and finding yourself valuable in every form of way is your own permission. Because it doesn't matter how many other people are going to give you that permission. If you never give yourself the green light, you're always going to stay stuck. Because the moment that you start giving yourself all the validation and all the love and all the approval that you ever wanted, it will all come to you from the outside, because as within, so without. And once you start giving yourself that attention and that validation, it might feel nice to have it from the outside, but you're no longer going to be clinging to it and thinking that that's the only place that it exists. Because no, it starts to exist from within. And it's a very powerful thing to give yourself approval, to give yourself validation, to give yourself permission. And the moment you start giving it to yourself first, I promise you, everyone else on the outside responds to that energy that comes from within you. Because everything on the outside is going to change. But once you give yourself permission, nobody can take that away. That is yours to keep. So just know that you were never waiting on anybody else. You were just waiting on yourself. So what are you going to do now?